What is it that's so toxic about our society? Every level of it. It's black, white, all of that. I'm not for all of that blaming white folks for everything. Because half of the stuff we blame white folks for is our own fault. Or it's stuff we allowed to happen. In 1965, when we got the voter rights bill, 3 years later, Martin's death in 68, guess what? In 1965, our movement in 10 years had changed America substantively in terms of structure. In other words, out of out of Montgomery, we got the Supreme Court to knock Jim Crow out of the park, okay? 55, 56, Rosa Parks, King, Abbott, all of that, okay? 63, Birmingham, the 4 little girls taken from us. And Lyndon Johnson, on the heels of that, giving us another Congress, making Congress do what it ought to do. Right. Next year, Selma, Pettus Bridge, voter rights bill. By 1965, we had changed America, but we didn't even know what we had done. And so therefore, we stayed in the middle of the ring punching. King should have done what he wanted to do in 65. He wanted to take off, give himself a year or two to renew himself and think through. We had knocked Jim Crow on the ground, on the floor. And then we're still in the punching, just making white folks crazy and mad. And from then on, we got what we didn't have. We got now what we didn't have then. At that time, Black folks were in prison and the same percentage as white folks at that time. Right now, we know the story. Millions of people in prison. We didn't even have 1 million folks in prison in America at that time, 50, 60 years ago. We do now. So what we've got to do is to get smart. Black folks got to learn that a part of this journey, we got to walk by ourselves, but there's another part that we walk with other people. And after 1965, when we had created our new story, I like to call it Grandpa's story and Grandma's song. We must never forget that Martin Luther King is assassinated in 68.
Right.
And his mama assassinated 6 years later. Yeah. Now that ought to tell you what kind of beast we're dealing with. So you got to know when you're dealing with a beast as bestial as that, you got to know how to do it. That doesn't call for a bushwhacking. That calls for surgery of the highest order. That's what Martin gave us, surgery. Martin and Malcolm helped us to get a different kind of surgery